Hey, my name's John, and I hope you're doing well today. And today I want to talk about overconfidence and both the pitfalls and consequences of it. Recently, I've been finding myself improving my language learning skills a lot. Take, for example, my listening and speaking comprehension. I remember a few weeks ago I was struggling to understand a basic sentence that didn't have any subtitles behind it. Meanwhile, I had also been watching a few videos on YouTube about some common grammar rules that I had been often hearing in podcasts and TV shows. So I wanted to give it a try speaking with them. With this in mind, I was confident that I could talk more like a native. And it just so happens that a few days later, I was doing a language exchange with a friend of mine. But as soon as I had tried to use the material I had just learned a few days ago, I quickly realized that I had butchered it to the point that the sentence was completely gibberish. Now, with that being said, both me and my friend had a good laugh about it. But afterwards, I had thought about how good of a lesson this was in humility, and that I was being way overconfident about how fast I could learn something. So I wanted to delve a bit deeper about why we feel so overconfident in the first place. Or, in a different mindset, why does our confidence in ourselves not accurately reflect how good we are at something? I'm sure we've all had experiences ourselves, being overconfident in something, then quickly followed by a massive wake-up call. Something that was beyond what we had expected. Now, this could be anything as mundane as an interview, taking a test, or as intense as a sports competition. One thing about overconfidence, I'd like to imagine it as a knowledge bias, and that our knowledge of our own abilities is out of line of what we're actually capable of. Now, I don't think it's controversial to say that we are all guilty of being overly confident ourselves sometimes. I think that the two most common examples that people have are rating themselves in terms of attractiveness and intelligence, and I don't believe I'm any different. Whenever I think about the times that I'm overconfident, I tend to realize that my view of whatever I'm overly confident in is out of touch with reality. And I find that my overconfidence is inversely proportional to how much I understand about a certain topic, even for cases where it's more opinion related, like physical attractiveness. For that, I attribute it to both me having a bias towards how I look and having a bad understanding of what people consider conventionally attractive for the most part. And for more knowledge or skill-oriented things, such as studying or even my day job as a software developer, it means that I only scratch the surface of what there is to learn about a particular subject. Overconfidence usually comes from a bad judgment call, because we lack an idea about how deep a certain topic is. Usually the expectation for whatever I'm overly confident in is less than my actual behavior. Not only is overconfidence more than just a yes or no system, people can be wildly overconfident about something or only slightly over-exaggerating. I'm sure we all know someone that greatly over-exaggerates something that they can do. And it's something that's hard to manage. On one hand, having confidence in yourself is a vital part of self-growth and comes natural as you progress in learning and achieving anything. After all, accomplishing something or learning something, it's natural for us to feel better about ourselves and what we can do in the future. The problem comes from when we are too far detached from reality, that we often get poor and inaccurate estimates of ourselves. Learning and experience with the occasional struggle is great because it can often be a sign of where our current abilities are in any given thing, allowing us to be more accurately confident. One of the worst things about the process of learning is simply going through without ever being challenged. Because it's hard to distinguish yourselves as someone who's an expert or knowledgeable in something from just another overly confident fool waiting for their inevitable fall to earth. So going through, I've been trying to make more of an effort to understand the scope of something before trying to feel more confident, and I hope you do too. But if anything, there is one way to quickly shred any semblance of overconfidence, which is to fail and eat some good old humble pie. As always, thank you, and I'll see you next time.